pretty darn close to doing a BRRRR deal here. We are at the very, very bottom of comps here, right? Two factors that have led me to price this property so low. The root system like bashed into the wall, and the foundation actually, it's crooked, right? I think I did that on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you're that fly.
Yeah, dude, I'm fly, dude. I'm fly. Exit strategy. Today's investment opportunity has 3 of them, including buy and hold, BRRRR, even a flip opportunity. That's today's show. Let's dive in. All right, real estate investors, today's show is a pretty cool show in my opinion. We've got a nice bungalow in Parma, Ohio. Parma is a nice, solid B-class suburb of Cleveland. Very, very close to Parma. You know, we have a lot of things going on in Parma. We have the largest mural in the entire city of Parma. Both our property management office and our digital media office are located in Parma, as are the Black Tie Title Business and the Hogue Insurance Agency. So we are pretty well intertwined with the Parma community. I just love this neighborhood. It's a great place to invest. Both myself and John Holton are actually graduates of Parma Senior High, and then I got a business degree from Cuyahoga Community College, the Parma campus. So long story short, Holton-Wise, we got a lot going on in Parma, so this investment is going to be very, very low risk, not a lot of moving parts that you got to worry about, not a lot of danger when you're investing in Parma. Just nice, solid, safe, stable community. Before I get into the details of the house itself, though, I want to talk to you guys about a few things. Number one, I have a property coming out very, very soon. I want you guys to stay tuned. I've been getting a lot of emails. Hey, James, one more duplex is coming out. One or more duplexes coming out. One or more duplexes coming out. I got an awesome one on Burwald. We've got a ton of properties on this street. This is a pretty turnkey property. The downstairs, it's rented for $650, I believe. The upstairs is going to need very, very minor amount of work. Maybe like $1-2 grand, then you'll be able to put a tenant in there, paying about $675, possibly $700, maybe even $750 if you decided to go Section 8. But we'll talk more about that when that video launches. That one's coming to you at $79,900, so stay tuned for that. Beyond the properties that I show you on this channel, on this show, don't forget, there are 5,000 other realtors in the Cleveland market, and you do have the ability to buy any property on the Cleveland market. It doesn't even have to be offered by another realtor. It could be offered by a wholesaler, bank tape. Maybe you're doing your own direct mail and you're finding motivated sellers yourself. You could go ahead and reach out to us here at Holton-Wise, and I will provide you an in-depth analysis on any property you'd like to purchase. All you need to do is go to holtonwise.com, click on the For Sale tab, and you're going to see all of the options of the analysis products that we offer. If you've already found a product, found a property that you like, but you want me to do the due diligence on it so you make sure you don't risk your money, not a problem. If you know the type of investment you want, but you just can't find it out there in the marketplace, and maybe you haven't seen it on my channel recently, I will actually search the MLS, search the entire Cleveland market for you, and I will attempt to find a property that best meets your needs. Coming in the next 1 to 3 weeks, we are going to be launching a ton of Section 8 content on the website. We're gonna have some videos coming out, and we're also just gonna have a robust FAQ section on our property management FAQ. We've teased a lot of Section 8 stuff here in the last couple months. I've been telling you more info's coming, more info's coming. Holton-Wise, we're building an entire Section 8 program for investors out there. We know a lot of you are very interested in some of the low-class assets that do come with a little bit higher risk than, like a B-class property like we're going to sell you later today. So Section 8 is a great way to alleviate some of those risks. Myself, the other owner, John, a lot of our portfolio is Section 8, and we are making a killing on the Section 8 program. So we want to bring all that to you. So tons of more information on the Section 8 program. When we do your management and we go through the Section 8 process with you guys, there are a few added fees because there's just a ton of additional legwork on our end. So all of that's going to be explained in that content. But you go Section 8, you're really reducing a lot of that tenants from hell stuff. The biggest one being the evictions because you're getting guaranteed rent. So it's absolutely worth it. Which brings me to the last point I wanted to mention before we get into the single family that I talked about at the beginning of today's show. Evictions, okay? Our most popular Tenants from Hell show ever, which, by the way, if you're not familiar with the Tenants from Hell show, I need you to smash that subscribe button right now because the Tenants from Hell show is awesome. We are bringing you the worst of the worst, the craziest experiences we've ever had with Tenants from Hell. We're bringing them to you on this show because we want you to see the real life of a real estate investor. We're not just telling you about the good. We're showing you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Again, smash that subscribe button so you see that. Our most popular video we've ever put out on this channel was Tenants from Hell number 8, episode number 8. That was the most popular episode, any video I've ever launched on YouTube. That was the most popular one. As I talk to you today, I think we're up around like 765,000 views on that. It was footage of an actual eviction taking place live. So we were there with the bailiffs, the locksmith, everybody actually removing the tenants' belongings. That was a pretty gnarly video. Again, 765,000 views. Thank you to everyone who watched that. But that's not enough for me. I want to get that video up over 1 million views. And I need you guys' help. So if you could please go to that video, Tenants from Hell number 8. I'm going to put the link to it in the show notes below. Go to that video, watch that video, and share that video. After you have shared that video, do me a solid. Go ahead and comment shared in the comments of this video below. Every single person who shares it and comments shared in this video, I will go ahead and give you a shout out in the next show that I launch. All right, without further ado, that's all the stuff that just happened and is going on in the near future I wanted to get to today. So let's take a quick commercial break and then we will get into the property that we discussed at the top of the show.
Selling some of your smaller real estate holdings is a great way to raise the funds necessary to maximize the growth of your real estate portfolio. A 1031 exchange can benefit you greatly by allowing you to defer your capital gains tax so you can use those funds towards the purchase of more real estate instead. You are going to need a qualified intermediary in your corner. Dave Foster is a degreed accountant with a track record of successfully serving as a qualified intermediary for thousands of clients. Dave and his team would love the opportunity to see if a 1031 exchange is right for you. To set up a free consultation with Dave and his team, call 850-889-1031 or visit the1031investor.com.
5216 Wood Avenue, Parma, Ohio. This is a bungalow. As I mentioned at the top of the show, I love the city of Parma, solid B-class neighborhood. Now I have priced this bungalow at $74,900. The first thing I want to do for you, I want to show you the comps, okay? Because this is actually a killer price. Here is a list of the comps. They are starting at $83,000 and they are going all the way up to $129,000. Now these are sold comps. These are sold comps pulled in the last 6 months in a quarter-mile radius. As you see from the map we've just put up on the screen for you, all of these comps are just in a circle. So these are some very solid comps. Sometimes I see when people are selling properties, they pull a little bit of funky comps, they pull some flaky comps, and they really stretch it out. Actually, recently I just did a video analysis for one of my clients. He was offered a potential flip opportunity in the Edgewater neighborhood, and the wholesaler had actually sent him an entire pro forma and the whole workup, and on that workup, he was actually using comps from the city of Lakewood. So when that video actually goes public, you all need to check that out because I ended up saving my client I believe about $80,000. He could have made an $80,000 mistake if he took the wholesaler for his words, utilizing those funky comps. So as you can see back on the screen here, the map, these comps are solid and we got a ton of them. We got one at 83K, one at 83.8. We go up to 88.94.9, 104, 105, 106.9, and then the high end ones, 117,000, 121,000, $129,000, all circling this property, all very, very similar properties. I think all of those, except for like one of them, one's a ranch, it looks like a brick ranch. The other ones are all bungalows, pretty much the same floor plan as our property here. So obviously we can tell here that this property is priced incredibly well compared to the comps that I have just shown you. We're only at $74,900. That's why this deal has so many options, okay? There are a few things that make this property worth a little bit less, but we have a lot of options with what we can do with it. The first thing that we can do, and this is going to cost the least amount of money, you can pick this up for $74,900, and you could do an incredibly minimal cleanup, an incredibly minimal renovation. You know, looking through the footage, it's obviously pretty messy. The current owners, you know, they just removed the tenant. I believe it was a 9-year tenant. We could have you pick this up at $74,900, do very, very minimal stuff. Maybe just rebuff these hardwoods, put a fresh coat of paint all over these walls, patch a few holes. That kitchen is pretty darn dated. I would recommend installing some upgraded fixtures in that kitchen, but you could rent it like that if you wanted to. So you could probably get in and get out for $4,000 or $5,000, and we could probably hit a rental rate of roughly $1,000. Maybe since that kitchen is so dated, we might be in the $900 to $950 range. So that is one option. Option number two, you do a bigger renovation. You know, this is what I'd like to see. All the stuff I just mentioned, do that, but install premium upgrades in that kitchen and in that bath. You know, make the kitchen and the bath shine. We want to put a new vinyl allure flooring over the kitchen and one to match in the bath. We're going to rip out these old 1970s cabinets, put in some new cabinetry. And, you know, this isn't like super high-end custom cabinetry either, guys. This is like your standard stuff from like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, that kind of a product. You know, we use a cabinet supplier, so we're not actually getting a Home Depot Lowe's here at Holton-Wise. But for those of you watching this in other markets who are doing your own renovations, you know, it's comparable to a Home Depot or Lowe's product, so you can go ahead and buy that. So we'd install some new cabinetry, put some new countertops, undermount sink, make it look nice, make it look fresh. You're probably looking at, like I said earlier, on the super low end, you could probably get this ready for a tenant, $5K or less. If you want to really go, you know, out, get yourself a beautiful property, get yourself something that's going to really attract the best tenants, I think you're going to spend roughly $15,000 painting everything, refinishing the floors, making the kitchen and the bath beautiful. You do that, we're probably going to be able to rent it for $1,150. That's on the high end. So you do the minimal stuff, you're like $900 to $1,000. You install premium upgrades in the kitchen and bath, you're probably $1,050 to $1,150. That's the rental range. Now, you install those premium upgrades, you're pretty darn close to doing a BRRRR deal here, right? Because you see our comps, we got a lot of stuff over 100 grand. You know, we are at the very, very bottom of comps here, right? Why is this property so cheap? You know, all you got to do is about $15,000 to get it rent ready and have a beautiful kitchen and bath. Well, there's two factors that have led me to price this property so low. The first one, as you can see from the drone footage here, we are missing a garage. We do not have a garage. Now, to rent it on the low end, we don't need to build a garage, but just so you know, you cannot push the lawn care off onto the tenant because they don't have anywhere to store their lawnmower. So you'd have to cover the lawn care. If we do install a garage, we are looking at a price point of roughly $16,000 to $18,000 to install a brand new garage. Now, the second issue, which could scare some folks, it's probably not going to scare you guys as investors, but you know, Parma has a pretty high market for owner-occupied buyers. and that's going to be in the basement here. If you look on the foundation wall here, you're going to see a lot of big steel metal beams going up and down. I believe it was like 7 or 8 years ago, the sellers, they actually removed a very, very large tree. And when that happened, the root system like bashed into the wall and like messed up the sidewalk and tore something up. And the foundation actually bowed out a little bit, okay? And to correct that, they went and they installed those steel beams. It's called a power base system. What that means is a contractor actually goes in and they drill in the concrete floor in the basement. They install those and it totally braces that wall. It's actually warranted by the contractor. These sellers have provided me with that invoice, which I have put up on the screen for you so you can see exactly what they did. $5,000 job, and it has cleared up any potential foundation issues. However, you know, anytime you mention the word foundation issues, that's going to scare away those owner-occupied buyers. So that really leaves us with just investors, guys like you. So because of that, I think you can come in and snag a good deal. So with the fact that we got that basement issue and that we're missing a garage, if we go ahead and we did those premium upgrades in the kitchen and the bath, and then we go a step further and we spend $16,000 to $18,000 installing a new garage, at that point, I think it makes sense to turn this into a BRRRR deal. Go ahead and try to refinance all your funds back out. If you bought it for $75,000 and then let's just call it $35,000, $75,000 for the purchase price plus $35,000, making it completely turnkey, upgraded kitchens and baths, and installing a brand new garage. We are now into this deal for $105,000. I think we could reasonably expect to get this to appraise close to the high end, since everything we've done has made this home totally nice, totally fresh, totally beautiful. And we've got comps that support that. We got one on Forest for 117, then we got another one on Virginia at 121, and then the biggest comp, right, we got 129 on Virginia as well. So we could be all in 105, totally brand new, beautiful home. Everything is looking good, fresh garage, tenant paying us as high as $1,150. We BRRRR that out, get it to appraise above 120. You're not pulling all of your funds back out, but you are into this deal for much less than the traditional 25% down. So that's option 2. Or the third option, of course, would be to just go ahead and sell it. You know, we could price it at the price of our highest comp. We can go ahead and go to market at $129.9 and look for an owner-occupied buyer. I don't need to give the math to you to show you that if you're all in for $105 and you sell it for $129, you made yourself a nice little profit there. So those are the 3 things that we can do with this property. And you know, you don't have to actually pick just one of them right now. You could go in right now today and you know, either rent it on the low end or rent it on the low end, but do those premium upgrades in the kitchens and baths and hold off on doing the garage. We can get a shed in that backyard. I think the seller may be willing to include a shed in that backyard before we close, so you wouldn't even need to push the grass off on the tenant. That's something we could negotiate in the contract for you. You can do that plan first, rent it for 5 to 7 years, and then when the tenants move out, you know, maybe the market's even higher. You know, we're in a rising market. Cleveland's been rising for the last 10 years. At that point, you do the full shebang renovation, and then you try to sell it, and maybe the property's not worth $129 anymore. Maybe the property's worth $140,000. So, you know, bunch of options. Great property, great location, tons of exit strategies. I love this deal for you guys. So if you'd like to purchase this property, simply send me an email, jameswise@holtonwise.com. Have your proof of funds or your pre-approval letters ready. You can go cash. It'd be great for a BRRRR deal. But honestly, the home is, you know, even though it's a little rough, a little tough, it's still going to qualify for traditional lending. So you could go ahead and purchase this on a 30-year mortgage if you want to go that route. Maybe you're just thinking buy and hold. Whatever you want to do, it'll work here on this deal. As always, I'm James Wise with Holton-Wise, and this is Real Estate Investing Made Easy.
is widely considered to be one of the top rental markets in the entire United States. This is because here in Cleveland, our housing prices are low and our rental prices and demand are high. At Holton-Wise, we provide the complete turnkey solution for all real estate investors, whether they are local, out of state, or even abroad. As real estate brokers, we will provide you with agent representation to help you buy properties ranging from single-family homes to large apartment complexes. We even have referrals for lenders who can provide investment property loans to investors located in all 50 states, allowing you to capitalize on the use of leverage or other people's money. We have referrals to top-notch title companies so you know that all of your transactions are safe and secure, with every single property being delivered to you with clear title. Once you close on the property, we have an investor-focused insurance brokerage who can handle all your property insurance needs. This insurance brokerage handles auto, home, life, and business policies, but they specialize in working with policies for landlords. We also have full-service property management. We can handle all rental property advertisements, tenant placement, rent collection, evictions, maintenance, landscaping, construction, and repairs. In addition, Holton-Wise also offers digital media and education. One day, when you are ready to sell your investment, Holton-Wise, as the #1 seller of investment properties in the greater Cleveland area, can market your property in a video just like this one to our worldwide base of investors who are looking to capitalize on the high cash flow opportunities in the Cleveland, Ohio market. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our latest content, including video tours and analysis of investment properties that are available for sale, real estate investment education, and our most interesting encounters with tenants from hell. Holton-Wise, real estate investing made easy.